Alright, I think this part 6 or 7, but this phone is driving me nuts. So like I said, I put in my constitutional proof, to affirm what I'm saying, to reinforce what I'm saying, that I'm backed up by the whole universe. I'm actually using the Bible now against them. And I put down here the holy covenant and contract, spiritual contract I have with the Most High. So therefore I have the right to choose my religion. I put my little affidavit statements down here. I put my Bible scriptures right there too. And then I notarize it. I get it all, I endorse all of it, state who I am, get the witnesses on there. And there's 10 pages to that one. And that goes to Secretary of State as well. And that gets notarized. This is another thing I have. There's an affidavit of common law identity with photograph. I actually have mine in a little case holding now, plastic case holding. But this is where I state who I am, the name I was given, where I'm from, because I don't use lying to census and corporate IDs and all that stuff. I use my own. I have a video about all this stuff already, man. Please go through on my channel, man. Y'all be asking me the same questions that I have already answered and spent a lot of time doing, like I'm doing right now. So check them out. There's one page to that, and there's affidavit of identification. And this, I put my stipulations and stuff right here that I'm not the all caps name, and I'm the power of attorney of it, and it's copywritten and trademarked. On the back of my card, I actually, when it's in my plastic, I put, little laws that apply to me and laws don't apply to me, all rights reserved. I actually have a fine for anyone who takes my ID and destroy it. But just a piece of paper, I'm going to rip it. Well, you're about to get charged $1 billion for that piece of paper. And it's on my affidavit and contract, and I have proof you just ripped it. So now you're in trouble. You owe me $1 million for that piece of paper. Just like that dollar bill. All right. So right here is me. I registered for a fictitious name because remember the all capital name Strawman is fictitious, and you do this through IRS, and they'll give you a employee identification number which you can use as a temporary social security number. So now that you registered it as fictitious, this reinforces it even more that it's fictitious. So now when they stop you, you tell them, yo man, this is a trademark copyright entity, it's fictitious. And I have proof that it's copyright and trademark. You know what I'm saying? There goes his name right there. His document number. It's registered. It's fictitious. It was filed, on this date with Secretary of State. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're a fool. You owe me some money now. The last few paper I'm going to show you right here is affidavit, claim of fee schedule, declarative fee schedule. And this is what I told you that I use to put in all my fees. Court fees, I assemble all the fees from all of my contracts. Narrow down to one. Court fees, this is also a public announcement, by the way. Declaration of fee schedule. I tell them who I am, give them an introduction and all that right there, and warn them. Court fees, A through C, whatever. Notice of understanding and intent and claim of right fees. All the fees that I have in there just in case they, use my stuff without my permission. That means they just hired me. And the worker is worthy of their pay. So I got that all right there. Trademark copyright fees. Claim of ownership. Claim of private property. Claim of land. Claim of title fees. Because I put fees and penalties in there too. Preliminary lien notice fees. Private property A-list fees, unlawful actions and offensive behavior fees, which came from the notice of understanding and intent of claim, whatever. The legal notice and demand billing costs assessed with levies and liens upon violation shall be fees. Just a list of fees. There's 6 pages of fees. So now whenever someone injured me, all I have to do is go through this fee schedule affidavit. It's already notarized and set. I'm just waiting for someone to breach something. The common law identification card, obstruction, privacy, invasion, and trespassing. If they try to mess up my ID or whatever and stuff. Fees, $10,000 USD in real American money. And then I put a public notice again at the end. And this instrument was prepared by McIntosh of the Gene family, the authorized private power of attorney, notice to agents, notice to principal, and notice to principals, notice to agent. So I have proof to everything I'm saying now. You see what I'm saying? So now I get that notarized, put my fingerprint on there, 6 pages, and this is called I put this as part of my registered mail stuff, like when I'm suing a company or whatever, and boom, that's done. Another thing right here now is notice of arbitrary and presumption of death. I haven't signed this out yet, but this is over here starting up making a will, a final will and testimony, final will and testament. So now when I die, all my property go to my family or whoever I appoint. So notice of arbitrary and presumption of death. This go to the Secretary of State as well, and it's coming from the McIntosh Gene Estate Executive Administrative Office, and blah blah blah. So, the legal person died of unlawful and seemingly natural cause due to gross negligence, and the entity been dead since day one. So you got to make sure that eventually, once you do all this, you declare that the entity is dead, because it's dead. Now you put yourself, the upper and lowercase name, as the beneficiary that the inheritance is going to. So now all of this stuff go to you while it's dead. You see what I'm saying? And you cancel that account once and for all. The paperwork I showed you right here, where you register through IRS, you get an EIN number for the straw man and make it turn into a corporation, and put the corporation name in the name of the legal fiction in all caps. So now that entity is dead. It's a fiction. It's a company. All of his assets, everything that you ever done, all the paperwork, all the bonds, everything, all assets go to you now. Now this is how you sum up everything and begin to close everything. You're beginning to sum everything down and narrow everything down to one. So it gets deep. So living being makes this affidavit of appellation, name correction, and declaration. So now this is why I create my real name, the real name that I want. Mayakal Ahaya. No, pardon me. Mayakal Yis-RoyAl. Mikael Yis-RoyAl, which is really Mayakal Yis-RoyAl. Mikael Yis-RoyAl, which is he who is like God, Archangel Michael. So I don't put all that. I just put Mikael Yis-RoyAl, or Michael Israel. Well, it's really Mikael Israel, Mikael. All right, so that's for living being makes his affidavit of appellation. If they're looking for a name, you don't have a name, but you can give them an appellation or a name that you're called by. In correction and declaration. So now that I used to choose my name, and now I'm a law merchant, which means I sell laws. I make laws. And I can sell it to you. And if you use my laws without my permission, just like they tell you, you need a license to practice my law, or I will sue you. So there's another document which I'm going to end it on, is the affidavit of fact by specific negative averment and denial of corporate existence. So now this is where I use this for cases and all that stuff, to beat cases. And there's an affidavit of fact by specific negative averment and denial of corporate existence. I'm telling them that I am, there's the legal fiction they're looking for don't exist, is dead. It never existed, it's fictional. Right here I put who's suing who. They're versing me. They're accusing me. And me, well, they're accusing the straw man technically, and me as the power of attorney and propria persona sui juris, beneficiary, natural man or natural person, secured party creditor, and injured third party intervener and counter plaintiff is versing them. So now I'm switching it around. This is a counterclaim on them. Why? What subject? Because that I deny that the corpse or corporation or legal fiction exists. So, I always reserve my rights at the bottom right here, as you can tell. Pardon me if I'm going fast, but my phone don't have much minutes on it. So to this, there's 8 pages of this, and I just deny, knowing who the U.S. Inc. is. It's not fully disclosed. I don't know who they are. I don't, a whole bunch of other stuff in personam, in rem, foreign relations. You know, I ain't got no relation with anyone foreign. There's no evidence to the contrary. Denial of assumptions, default stipulations if they don't respond. Man, you see, like, there's a whole movement to this stuff, you know, when you become a creditor and you get this all notarized and everything and you sign it out, you know, and boom, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Pardon me that it was so long. Contact me if you want any information or want any answers. I will be charging a little affordable fee for all this, because as you can tell, it's a lot of work. There's a lot to explain, and most people, you explain the same thing over and over, and you're stuck on one document before you can even move on to the next. So look at all the videos on my channel before you contact me, please. And you can contact me through email, godlivesinOurheart@hotmail.com. You can check out my 3 websites, www.youtube.com/one Archangel Macintosh, the numerical number 1, ARCHANGEL MAKINTOCH. Second website is www.youtube.com/Archangel Macintosh. Archangel Macintosh spelled the same way. They've been deleting my YouTubes and all that stuff and hampering on it, so I had to use a couple other ones. So it's Archangel Macintosh. And the third YouTube is www.youtube.com/Ahaya Yeshaya 11. So Ahaya is AHYAH AHYAH. And Yeshaya is YASHI. Oh wait, pardon me. YASHAIYA. And the numerical 11, like 11. So Ahaya Yeshaya 11. AHAYA YASHAIYA. Ahaya Asher Ahaya. So Ahaya Yeshaya 11. Contact me through there, and I wish you guys a blessed day. Barakantah from the Most High Ahaya, and all praises to the Most High. Amen. I affirm.